Welcome to a demo of Enterasys Isaac, allowing network management through common social media interfaces such as Salesforce.com Chatter, Facebook, and Twitter. This tutorial will show a demo scenario using Isaac as well as a few additional Isaac capabilities and the security features built into Isaac. Let's first go into Twitter, where we will show a short scenario of an IT operator who is out on the road or at lunch and needs to quickly respond to a user problem. In this case, John Smith, the IT operator, gets an important call from Chris, who is experiencing network problems. John hangs up with Chris and uses his smartphone to access Twitter, Facebook, or Chatter and troubleshoot the problem. In this scenario, he is using Twitter. He will first send a secure directed message to Isaac to find Chris on the network by simply typing "Find Chris" and sending the message. Note that this is a secure message through HTTPS and cannot be seen by any other Twitter users. Isaac will tweet the results in a series of messages to John Smith, our IT operator. Since Isaac's Twitter account is set up as a secure account, any followers must be approved prior to being able to see any of the Isaac tweets. Let's look at the first tweets. Note the standard information is broken into 3 tweets due to character limitations in Twitter. The initial messages show Chris's location through the SSID, his MAC address, his IP address, protocols being used, the AP he is connected through, and the controller he is connected through. This gives the critical information to do further troubleshooting if necessary. In addition, Isaac has tweeted 2 graphs with additional troubleshooting information. One is for the AP bandwidth over the last 24 hours, and the other is for the controller bandwidth over the last 24 hours. These are accessed by clicking on the tiny URLs in the tweets. Finally, in response to John's Find Chris command, Isaac has tweeted both a regional map and a local map showing Chris's location. These are particularly useful for dispatching technicians to solve a problem, especially in larger companies. In this case, Chris is in the Andover, Massachusetts area, and clicking on the local map shows the aerial view of the building. John Smith, our IT operator, knows that oftentimes rebooting an access point can fix some wireless problems. Now he'll try this prior to dispatching a technician. He can send a directed message to Isaac to do this. For security purposes, Isaac is set up to require 2-factor authentication for this action. First, John sends a directed message to Isaac to request a PIN. In response, Isaac sends this one-time use PIN back to John either via SMS message or email. In this case, we are using email. Let's open John's email and retrieve the PIN. Next, John will send a directed message to Isaac via Twitter. He issues the AP reboot command and uses the one-time use PIN. Looking back in Isaac's tweets, we will see that the AP disconnects, then reboots, which takes a few minutes. Now let's look at a few more features of Isaac. One additional feature is the ability to get NetFlow data. This is done by entering the get NetFlow command followed by the IP and port of the device you wish to receive the data from. Going back to the timeline and hitting refresh, we will see that Isaac tweets the top 5 talkers for that port based on the NetFlow data. So far, we have done this demonstration using Twitter, but can just as easily use Facebook or other social media such as Salesforce.com's Chatter. Now let's move over to Facebook and show a few more commands. In Facebook, we are again logged in as John Smith, the IT operator, and we are friends with Isaac. For security, John's account is set up to always use HTTPS when accessing Facebook. Also, Isaac's account is locked down such that only friends can post on his wall and see posts on his wall. In Facebook, commands are given by writing on Isaac's wall. Let's go to Isaac's wall and check for interface errors. After we post the command to Isaac's wall, we can refresh and see that Isaac posted back with the top 10 interfaces with the most errors. We see that this is in a single post since Facebook does not have the same character limitations as Twitter. Another example is finding the top interfaces by bandwidth usage. John, our IT operator, simply posts a command to Isaac's wall, and Isaac responds with the top 10 interfaces. It is important to note that these commands are in human language and can be customized to match your preferences. The whole idea is that we can communicate to machines in human language versus machine language. Also, a benefit of social media applications is automatic translation into multiple languages. Finally, let's take a look at Isaac in Salesforce.com's Chatter. Chatter is an enterprise application and has the most security features. Note that again, we are using HTTPS. Also, Chatter requires user authentication controlled by your business organization to log in. When using Isaac in Chatter, a secure private group is set up for communication with Isaac such that only approved users within your organization have the ability to communicate with Isaac. There are other benefits in the Chatter application as well. Let's re-enter the Find Chris command. You will see that the responses do not require the tiny URLs to see graphs and maps. They are embedded right in Isaac's response. You can click on the charts and maps for a larger view. Also, there are not character limitations, so other messages do not need to be broken into multiple messages. One last note is that for this demo, we have used a PC. However, this can easily be done on any smartphone or tablet through the social media applications on those devices. Thank you for watching the Isaac demo.